Hello friends, this is Miss Donnie with another episode of B+ Teaching Hacks. Help me help you get that A in your classroom. Now, so these are some of the best tips and tricks I've collected from other colleagues in the field working, be that on the internet, in any of my schools here in America, or when I taught in Asia, or some I use myself. We never know. So I am going to run through some of the ideas that were thrown at me, and I'm going to do it only in the time frame of a class change for a secondary school, because honestly, that's really all the professional conversational time that teachers get. So I'm starting my timer. Here we go. Luke from Indiana wants to know, friends, what does the first 3 days of school look like? And I'm only going to focus on the first day. Luke wants to stress the curriculum, has always stressed the curriculum, but he doesn't want to do that anymore. He wants to change it up. Changing it up is good. Keep those professional conversations going. All right, lots of teachers are doing the scavenger hunt to find out where things are in the classroom. Allie talks about she has a mix of information about where stuff is in the room and how it ties to her procedures instead of going over the procedures verbally. She also makes sure that because they are a Marzano school, which is a way that teachers are evaluated, that she makes sure definitely that one of the clues is where the kids can find out where the teaching target is for the day. Carrie Ann goes over homeroom, schedules, lockers, tours the school. They have a homeroom class, so they get to do that. Sharon is trying stations, and there's a couple of teachers doing that this year, where they focus on the things they're going to cover that year, and a lot of colleagues are talking about this Play-Doh activity. And so what you do, you have Play-Doh in one of your stations, and the kids have to answer the questions by forming the Play-Doh. Questions like, what were you doing a week ago today? What do you like about your best friend? What's one rule every student should follow? Those are some ideas of the Play-Doh. Allison likes having the students practice a graphic organizer, and within that graphic organizer, whichever you choose, the students have to outline what a perfect student would look like. I like that idea. Things that will help them succeed. She also has them go to her webpage to find things that will help them succeed, and she has them take a selfie post on Nearpod. So Nearpod is one of those free apps that is happening on the Google Suite that a lot of teachers are using for the Google Classroom nowadays. And the bonus of that, Miss Girl, is that she has those pictures with their faces, and she gets to start learning their names that much sooner, so I'm stealing that idea. Going through the scavenger hunt is a way to get your students actually doing the work, Marzano standard, and rather than you yapping your jaws. I love this idea, totally stealing it. John starts on the syllabus, handing out textbooks and classroom procedures, then starts on the curriculum. But John has known his students, he's in a private school, so they don't have to go over procedures all the time. They follow them year to year to year. Allie creates notebook covers, and for the notebook covers for their textbooks, the activity is that they have to create a history of me one-pager, and that way they could probably add to it throughout the year. I love that idea. She also does the scavenger hunt. Yeah. Robin's school spends the entire first day on PBIS, that's positive behavior support, positive behavior and intervention support. You'll find that a lot of teachers do this. The school will tell you what to do the first couple of days, and you just have to sneak in those name games where you can. And then she does her scavenger hunt on the syllabus, not on the classroom, which is a great idea. Tracy sums it up by says the first 3 days are spent getting to know her students, and most importantly, letting them get to know her. The academics will come because they trust you. They trust that you are going to be there to support them learning. But in quite honesty, I agree with what Colleen says. That first day is going to include going over code red procedures and safety procedures in the school. In this environment where we are in 2019, the fact of the matter is, your first day, you have to teach your kids to duck and cover. That is something that every teacher has mentioned. Reality of our days here in school buildings. Name game, introducing yourself. I like one teacher has one of the stations the students get to actually interview the teacher, and the teacher has to hand a resume. I love that idea. I'll probably steal it in a sense. And Janice also says that building relationships with cooperative learning groups is a great idea. So that Play-Doh activity is one to do that for. Okay, the bell is ringing. I've got to go. Be sure to click a like. Ask me any questions in the question section that you want me to do the research for in the next video, and I've got you, Miss Donnie with B+ Teaching Hacks. Together we can all get an A.